Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today it's time for my monthly Q&A video. Thanks so much for all the questions. I really appreciate it. I've got all the questions printed out here. I think this is the only thing I use my printer for at this point, but this first question comes from Eric. The question is, if you could have a behind-the-scenes worker, if you could have been a behind-the-scenes worker on any film set, what would it be? Now, anyone that's seen the channel before knows how much I love this movie. I can't believe how much I've talked about it, but I do have a video on it as well, and that would be Jaws. This happens to be the steelbook of the release, and I have this multiple copies of Jaws. It's my favorite movie from 1975. And I would have loved to have been on the beach, on the set, whatever the case, an extra perhaps in the movie, helping out on the set, getting coffee for people. I would have done anything to be on that particular set. So let me know. I think this is a great question. So let me know in the comments below if you have a favorite movie that you would have wanted to be a part of. But this is definitely mine. And like I said, I have a video already talking about Jaws, talking about my Jaws collection. I don't have as big a Jaws collection as many people do, but I do have many things that I have collected over the years on the movie Jaws. So that's a great question and an easy one for me. This next one comes from Timothy Rath. What movie or movies did you think were going to be bad, but you ended up really enjoying them? And a couple of recent examples are this one here, Dune. I wasn't really expecting to like this movie as much as I did, and I really enjoyed it. And I saw this a few months ago and picked up the physical media, the Blu-ray. This is my preferred release, a Blu-ray DVD digital copy. Now, sometimes I'll get the 4K, but many times the Blu-ray is a little bit less expensive and I'll pick it up. I do like the digital copy. I have a small digital library. So this is one movie that I really, again, wasn't expecting to like, ended up sitting through the whole thing and really enjoying it. Dune from this year. And then the other one, this is a recent one too that I just happened to see last week. I really hadn't seen it. I'm a big fan of Steven Spielberg movies. This is Ready Player One. I really enjoyed this movie for some reason. I wasn't expecting to like it. I had heard some mixed reviews of it, and I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was an interesting take on what the future might bring for us. Maybe not the best take on what the future is going to bring for us, but I thought it was a very interesting movie, very visually exciting, and so I really like this one. And so those are two recent examples. There's many times I really love it when I see a movie and I'm very surprised about how I react to it, especially one where I may have read some bad reviews or maybe people didn't like the movie and I watched it and I really enjoyed it. So I think there's a lot of those in there too. This next one is from Dan, and he says, question for next month. Given that I'm writing when it's about 15 degrees out and it's been very cold here as well, what are some of your favorite films that center around or feature cold weather? Now, I did a whole video on this, a couple videos back about this, so Dan, you're probably aware of that one, and that lists a few of the titles that I really enjoy watching during the winter. But I did pull another one, and that is this movie, which I saw recently, which I had seen many, many years ago, the Howard Hawks production of The Thing, the original version of The Thing, which does take place in very cold weather, and I really enjoyed this one. Really, really great film, and of course I love the remake of The Thing, the John Carpenter remake. But this one's very good, and it takes place again in very, very cold weather. Lots of what I assume is probably fake snow coming through doorways and things like that. I really enjoyed this one, or I enjoyed the rewatch of this one. Great question. The next one is from Robert. Have you looked into imprint films? It's a newer label out of Australia, region-free releases. I have looked at imprint before. I haven't purchased anything from imprint, so if you have a recommendation on an imprint film or an imprint release that you like, I think they did a again, please correct me in the comments here. I think they did a release of the Straight Story on Blu-ray, which I was interested in for a while. Many times when you're ordering from labels that are overseas, obviously you may pay a shipping charge. Sometimes it's free shipping, but I don't think in the case of imprint that it is. Even on, I was looking into this a little bit this week, but I think even on special, I believe the releases were about $35 US. And so in that case, I might, I'm usually purchasing films and releases that are on sale. So it's great when a label like this has a sale and you can perhaps get free shipping or something along those lines. But in this case, I just haven't ordered anything because it's all the way from Australia and it's a little bit pricey. I do order some items from the UK, but sometimes I get free shipping and sometimes the sales are really good. So it makes it worth it to do that. Great question, though. If you have a favorite imprint release, please let me know in the comments below. That would be great. The next question comes from Real Cinema. My question is, have you seen Escape from New York? And if you have seen it, did you like it? I love Escape from New York. I love any film usually from John Carpenter, and this is my release of it. This is a collector's edition. This is a Scream Factory release of Escape from New York. An amazing movie. One of the movies I remember as a kid, and I still like it. I was watching it last year, I believe, and I really, really enjoyed it. It really holds up. Love the soundtrack. I love Kurt Russell's performance, all the performances basically in this movie. Really creative movie. This one also has a disc 2 with bonus features, which, as you know from the channel, I really enjoy. New interviews, commentaries, things like that. So this is a great movie. Love it. And it's something that I've seen over and over again. Great question. Also, there's another part to this question too. If you're going to see any films in 2022, which are the ones you're most looking forward to? And I listed out a couple here. I spend a lot of time watching older films too, so I don't always see new films that are coming out. But a couple that I just wrote down are Halloween Ends, which seems like it's hopefully potentially going to be an end to the Halloween franchise. I don't know. I'm sure there'll be some reboots later on. And the new Jurassic World preview, which I think just came out about a week ago, and that looks really good too. So I'm looking forward to those two. Those would be two that I'm looking forward to this year, but I'm sure there are many more. Those are just the first two that came to mind. If you have a movie that you're looking forward to in 2022, please let me know also in the comments. I'm always interested in new recommendations. This next question comes from Lauren. Are there any films you would like to see already released overseas and eventually distributed in the U.S.? My top pick is 7 Men from Now, which I believe is only available in Japan. I generally have a small collection of indicator films, and this is one that was released in the UK. This one is on a Blu-ray, The Last Detail, Jack Nicholson. It's a Hal Ashby film that I really like a lot. And so many times if there's a film that I'm interested in, I'm going to go to Indicator first to see if there's a release there. And this one I happen to pick up. But one of the ones that I've been really searching for, there's a few films on my list that I've been looking for a while to come out on Blu-ray, or at least to come out with a special release. And this is one of them. This is The 7-Ups with Roy Scheider, a movie from the 70s. And I really enjoy it. This one is not, it has one special feature on it. But I've seen a Twilight Time Blu-ray release of this, and I know there is a release right now from the UK. But this is a movie that I would love to see released, someplace, and eventually in the U.S. Of a movie, and I have a few of these as well. But this is just one example. So that's a great question, and I will often seek out a release overseas if there's no U.S. release of it. But those are just a couple of examples. Hopefully that answered your question there too. The final question comes from Joshua, and this is a question I think from a previous month about box sets. What director, actor, or theme would you like Criterion to release as a box set in the future? Of course, we'd all love to see a Kurosawa box set, I believe. And so that's been on my list for a while. I have a few Kurosawa releases, but I don't have all of them. So I would love to see a Kurosawa box set. I would love to see Criterion do more with Sidney Lumet. This happens to be one of the Criterion releases of this is the Criterion release of The Fugitive Kind from Sidney Lumet, which is spine number 515. And of course, we have 12 Angry Men on Criterion. But I would love to see more attention on Sidney Lumet films, and maybe even a box set or some kind of a feature. That would be something I would look forward to. And also, just finally, I'm a big fan of Paul Thomas Anderson movies. I do not have the Paul Thomas Anderson release of Punch Drunk Love, but I know there is one. This is my copy of Punch Drunk Love. There's the back of that one. This was a special edition. This is a 2-disc DVD special edition from years ago, so I still need to pick up the Criterion release of that. But I would love to see the Criterion focus more on Paul Thomas Anderson. This is one of his other releases, There Will Be Blood. I feel like there could be more Criterion releases of Paul Thomas Anderson movies from Criterion. It'd be great to see a box set. I love a lot of the box sets that come out of the Criterion collection. I have a few of them. I just did a video last month on my full Criterion collection, so you can see all the box sets there. But I have the Fellini box set, the Bergman set, and a few others. So would love to see any new set come out from Criterion. That would be great. This is a really good question. I really appreciate all the questions. It really means a lot. So let me know in the comments section below if you have a question for next month's video, and I will certainly print them out like I did this month and have answers for you next month. So thanks so much for watching today. If you like this video, click on like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. Lots of great things coming up on the channel in 2022. I sincerely hope that everyone is safe and well, and I'll talk to you soon.